Oh, well, I run my yapper a lot about this being the mother load. However, this might be the mother load. Um, Went to a Goodwill today, Father's Day coupon, so I had to take advantage of that. Was walking around and saw this. It was super heavy. And this Goodwill, for whatever reason, this one just likes to load up plastic bags, throw a $10 sticker on it, and it's just a bag of whatever. And sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's not. At $10, you got to be pretty careful on what you pick up. So I noticed it was very heavy. Of course, Thomas the Train. Except I have never seen a Thomas the Train this big. It's die cast. And I could barely see through the bottom, and I have a very old cell phone. So my cell phone can't, my flash wouldn't work on my flashlight wouldn't work. So I had to restart my phone. All I could see was Ertl. And thinking to myself, I run into Thomas the Train stuff going back to the late 90s, and I've never seen Ertl. So I'm standing there restarting my phone so I could use my flashlight. And there was another reseller couple there. And you can just tell by looking in people's carts and how they're approaching stuff if they're resellers. So I have my hand on the bag, and they're circling me. And I hear the guy say to his lady, he's got his hand on the bag. I'm like, okay, so they were contemplating grabbing this. So I definitely can't just let it go. Got my camera on and shined it down here. 1984. A 40-year-old die-cast Thomas. And there's more than one. We got another one on the bottom. We have two coal cars. We have old Legos. We have wooden toys. This could be absolutely ridiculous. So we're going to start going through this now. The other thing I like about this Goodwill is if something doesn't sell, they just whip it into another bag and just double the size of the said bag. So the girl at the register also couldn't get the $10 price tag to scan, so she just scanned a $5 one. So that's why I ended up getting this bag for $2.50 after coupon. Alright, so we have some kind of wooden puzzle. Not even fully laminated, only the front's laminated. No maker mark on it. I'm going to assume this is brass. Oh, there we go. So it is. Can't even tell which way to hold it. Wood Moon Puzzle. Italy. It feels cheap, honestly. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. We'll look it up. If something has a brand on it, I always look it up just in case. I don't like that this bit has mold on it. So that tells you it's probably been in a basement for a while. Only one piece. But whatever, we'll look up. If not, I bet my 3-year-old would really like this kind of thing. And bags are always helpful. Use a lot of bags. Storing stuff, mailing stuff. An old school pull along wooden toy. Opens its mouth. It's like a, I don't know, an alligator or something. No maker mark. This could be homemade. If it is, it's pretty nice. Some grandpa might have put a lot of work into this. It's interesting. I didn't know how those work. So the way it works is this is intentionally offset. So rather than being through the middle, it's actually through the edge, and it creates a wobble intentionally to manipulate the mouth. Never thought of how you would build these, but that is how you build those. That's probably more of a sentimental value thing than anything, but I've never looked up a wooden pull-along toy. Hands on it now, so I'll move the camera so I don't have to hold stuff up. Alright. So, first impression, it has some like wrappers on it. Kind of stickers. I don't know if these are original or not, the one underneath. Very dirty. 1984. So, the front wheels don't have anything on them. The back wheels have rubber. It looks like it's a pullback. Pullback works. A 40-year-old toy, that is awesome. You know, it's not in beautiful shape. It's not bad, I don't think. It's got some stuff on it that'll clean up. Smells like a basement. So I bet all this stuff came from one place, which is why I thought I should grab it no matter what, because these old Lego panels in here, these are from my childhood as well. Two things are very old. It stands to reason everything will be. So we have another one, and we have, I think this is Henry. Number one, I think, is him. Another 1984 Ertl. Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. This one, yeah, I don't think those stickers are supposed to be there, which is good. It's easy to remove stickers that aren't supposed to be there. It's impossible to put stickers back that were supposed to be there. So I can clean this up. And that works too. Nice. Oh, okay. I thought that was a coal car. Okay, I thought both these were coal cars. They're actually entire whole ass trains. So it's the same one. I got another one. This one definitely was in a basement. You can see that, like, kind of, I don't know what you'd call that. It's like mold that died. Dust mold. Exact same one. Pullback works. That one doesn't have a sticker on it. It's just more dirty. So, you realize, so it's funny. I thought they were cars. What is this? 1987 Hasbro. It looks cheap. I have no idea what it goes to. And if it's 1987, we are not getting rid of it. We got some kind of excavator. Get my light on here. Tonka. It's so dusty I can't read it. Made in Mexico. Okay. Let's see. Get the track back on the wheels. There's a rock stuck in the track. That's authentic. So this was played with outside, obviously. There we go. That rock may have been in there for 40 years. Just took a flick of a screwdriver. So this is a tin Tonka. I don't know value on these. It's going to be something. for sure. Golden Eagle Matchbox, made in Macau, 1981. I'm gonna move some of this stuff. Oops. We have a lot to go through. Everything in this bag so far is from 81 to 87. We have a larger scale die cast. Company is MC Toys, which I've never run into. Made in Macau. 136 scale cabriolet. No year, but suspecting it's old. I don't know if this was supposed to be pullback or not. If it is, it don't work. I feel like it's trying to do something. I think it's broken. Even broken, this might go for some amount of money. I really don't know anything about MC Toys, but we're done gonna find out. Back bumper's broken too. Still, anything with age like that, and I could get $8 of shipping included. That sucks. Whatever this is, the door is gone. Mojarite, made in France. 159th Honda Accord. No year, but it's old, but missing a door. Okay. We got another made in France, Mojarite. No year, Pontiac. Now, just because it's old doesn't mean people are looking for it. I don't know. Oh my god, look at how brutalized this thing is. It looks like we pulled it out of a chimney. That had to have been submerged in water for years. That's not going to have any value, I don't think. Corgi Toys, Whiz Wheels, Beach Buggy. I'll have to look it up. I'll probably cry if I see it's worth big money, and I can't imagine anybody would want it that bad. All right, another Matchbox 82 Corvette. Let me put a K on it, so hopefully that'll come off. Another bag. Mountain Man truck. Mini pickup Matchbox Macau 81. There is a big rig, a Peterbilt Matchbox Macau 81. Usually Matchboxes that old actually will sell individually. It sold a Rolls Royce of the same age this week. So whoever this kid was, his name was K. Could be a Kyle. So this looks homemade. So usually homemade toys you see glue though. So either it's just very, I mean, this could be like a craft thing too. 80s obviously. You would find stuff like this at a flea market where a retired guy is just making wooden toys to sell at his flea market. He's not going to put a maker mark on them, and he's going to try to do a good job. So I'm looking to see glue. Because if something's professionally manufactured, you're not really ever going to see an adhesive. So there's wood glue slopped inside here to hold it together. So I'm assuming this was made by someone. That and these connectors are obviously like eye hook connectors. Now, this one's missing a wheel. I'm just gonna toss that. And there's going to be no real value to this, I don't think. I mean, it's cool. Somebody put a lot of work into this, obviously. Wish we knew who Kay was. Hit him up and let him know we found his stuff if he's still alive. I mean, he'd be possibly my age. A little older, probably. Some kind of Walter, West Germany. So, before the USSR fell, Germany was cut in half. It was West and East. So when you see West Germany, that means it's prior to the fall of the USSR, which is in line with all the age on this stuff. It's not like it's from the 50s. It can be, but... So we'll have to look this up. This is some kind of like... I don't know, like a pull along a worm? Some kind of hanging toy? I don't know. Oh, I guess it rolls. If we had enough space, it's some kind of rolling toy. So, old, yes. Is anyone looking for this? No kid's going to play with that. Quite frankly. That's really cool. Really, really cool stuff in here. We got another die cast. So we got two of each. Number 6 is... Who is that? It's not Percy, is it? So number 6, this one has no sticker at all. Got this pullback. We're good. That's awesome. I got a little bit of Lego. And these probably won't have any value depending on what's in here. It's later on that Lego started making like specialized minifigs that went for good money. So when I was a kid, this block here, which I don't think they make anymore, was like the standard block you built everything on. It's one-sided and it's like very flexible. They can break if you go too crazy on them. There's no way to tell age on this stuff, I don't think, and I don't think it matters. Nobody's looking for ancient Legos. I just thought it'd be kind of cool if there's something in there that's worth money, like the older weapons for the knights do hold value, the shields, stuff like that. But I think this would predate it. This is a Duplo. But there's nothing to it, really. I don't think that would have any value. Alright, so let's get this stuff off the desk, and we'll actually start going through this and trying to price it out. This is probably going to end up being 2 videos, quite frankly. This is a lot of stuff. But we'll do the trains first. We might actually end up doing 3 videos, quite frankly. I think finishing this up with the trains we got, and then I have all those weird die-cast cars. And then I have wooden toys, which are really completely different from everything else. So I might break this up into 3. You know, fill up the week a little bit. Alright, so we got 2. These are Percy's. Number 6 is Percy. I'm going to have to clean this one up. Both of them roll just fine. But maybe not as good. Might just have something stuck in it, but I would be fine selling that. Right, let's look at what these are going for. I've never had to list an 84. So we have an 87 there. It looks totally the same. Usually across different years, you'll have different configurations around the top. So this has like a long and a short pipe, and then a gold and a green. That's what the 87 has. This is very clearly an 84 on the bottom, though. And then the expressions will change as well. You can see the one right above the picture, the expression's wrong. This one has a big smile. And that one has a smaller smile. This looks identical to the 87, and I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not. So, I thought these would be going for quite a bit more than this. $17. Usually the smaller ones are going for, 12. 8 to 12 in there. Pullback isn't an option, obviously, on the tracked ones. I don't think it would work. Huh. But these say 87. And I don't know why. This one just says 80s. Alright, this one's in the box. This was back when it was called Shining Time Station. I forgot about that. This is George Carlin was a guy on the show, and I thought he must have been doing community service. It made no sense that he would be on this show. But that looks right. Thomas and Friends, Shining Time Station. Percy, the small engine with pullback motor. And we got all of them on here. And then we have item numbers. Percy 1022. I don't have that number here. A stamped number, and it's not that. I have 14590 on both of these. So I don't know. I mean, it looks exactly the same. Is there a year on this box anywhere? I don't... I don't see one. Let's say die-cast metal. Yeah. Huh. Let's see if we can find any others. Or should I put Shining Time Station in? I completely forgot about that show until just now. I didn't watch it. I'm not a trains guy. Not that much anyways. I didn't own any of these as a kid. So here's another Shining Time Station. Maybe they have a back or a side where the year is on it. So Ertl 4140. Different stamp. 92. No, that ain't right. Yeah, okay. So this is not... They must have just re-released the same exact train for a decade. Now I'm curious if the bottom of these that say 87 actually say 87. I'm gonna find one with a bottom view. $87. Mine is completely different. I have, you can see, try my light. That's going to be totally useless too. Mine is Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, Co. K and Ward Limited 1984. And then I have Co. Brit Alcroft Limited 1984. Huh. Very curious. These are Ertl. Stamp is different than mine. It says Iowa. This is Iowa. Made in China. Made in China. But my stamp's 14590. This is 05130. Let me see. Absolutely needs to say 84 on it. I'm just afraid to give this up at a price point that could be much, much different. So this one says 84. So we're going to go to sold listings just to make sure 84s aren't significantly more desirable. So this one went for 30. And then we're going to go back to non-quotations. These... Alright, did we get... These are not selling. Huh. Now, is that because this is not a true train? Because it doesn't run on a track? I don't do trains. I've never really been into them. And people that are into trains are really into trains. And that's fine. You know, we're all into toys of different kinds. But this doesn't run on a track, and I wonder if that's what makes it non-desirable. And it's not like I'm going to lose my $2.50 on this by any stretch of the imagination. But I'm very surprised at the amount of these for sale and the amount of them sold. I'm going to do Percy Ertl diecast and see if the search result is just kind of wonky. So we're up to 432 now. That's including the Shining Time Station ones and all that. Okay, now we have sold listings. So that was just like an anomaly. Okay. That was making no sense whatsoever. So the 84 doesn't mean anything. It's the same train as the 87, so it's going to sell for the same price. So we're looking at 16. This person let it go. I'm not getting a true size on any of these. It looks right, but that's the big one. That one's not correct. Pupils are different. Okay. So this one down here is definitely correct. You notice it's like a quadruple pupil and it's looking down to its left. The other one is straight ahead. I think I'm going to list them for 18. Because there's quite a few out there and it's an 84. So I'm going to ask a little more than the 87s. And people that care about this thing will bite on it. They won't be too perturbed with that. So I'm going to do both of them at 18, free shipping. I'm curious on the weight on this. Hopefully my camera doesn't fall over. I have to borrow this. That could get expensive. This is going to be almost a pound. 13.8. That is a heavy, heavy toy. Yeah, I mean, for what I paid for them, 18 on that. I'm going to lose some of that to shipping. I think it'll look like that. That's probably conservative, but let's look at the other ones. So notice I actually changed my mind on the price. When I went to actually list it, I noticed they were selling a lot more often than I thought. So in the last 90 days, there were like 15 of them sold. And I found two 1984s that had sold for more money. So I upped it to $15 plus billing for shipping. So that'll cover the fees. It is pretty heavy. So now we have Thomas. Two of them, identical again. Both working good. Oh, it's a bit dirty, but look at what we can get for these. So this is odd. There was a variant on these with a paper face that I guess you could switch. I don't know how that would work exactly. It was a sticker, because it kind of seemed like you only do that one time, or if it was like magnetic, which would make a little more sense. So paper face one seems to be worth more in general, but we got Thomas, non-paper face, a few of these popping up. So this is 24. Then we got a 25. I don't quite understand why there's so many paper face ones and the other one didn't have seemingly any. Alright. So we had 74 listed, 26 sold, and these aren't all Thomas. Because when you look for Thomas, you're going to find his friends, because it's called Thomas and Friends, obviously. This is an 85 still in the box. So I wonder if this is the right one then. Because sometimes toys will be stamped as 84, but it was actually made and then sold, you know, around the beginning of the year, so it ends up being an 85. So high quality die cast. 1, 2, 3, 7. This doesn't look very big. It'd just be an odd box to put in. I don't think this is the right one. The stack's a bit different, and the window outline is different, and that just doesn't look big, honestly. Yeah, I'm thinking that's just a standard train. This would probably come in more like the Shining Time Station box. Alright, so this is the correct one that got shipped out to Australia. That's 16. So the fact this isn't the paper face one, there's not that many of them. I would have to think this would be worth more. I'm not getting yeah, this is the one that was in the package. The stack is different. I don't know if this one's harder to find. Stack's different. That's a 93. Huh. I am going to list it. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do 15 each with billed shipping. And if it doesn't move, I can always knock the price down. That's not a big deal. I mean, I'm not expecting these to move this week be nice. I've moved a lot. I moved not that I did a video on it, but I sold a part of my old Roomba, which my Roomba met a grisly fate that it's pretty common with a puppy, where it ran over puppy shit, and I just threw it away rather than attempt to even clean it out. It was pretty old. We bought our house, put a new one in, but I sold the base it went to, and it sold in a couple hours. I was actually pretty impressed. I don't think these are going to sell in a couple hours, but they are eventually going to sell. I mean, something this old, it has value. Obviously, Thomas is not going anywhere. Obviously, kids will always like trains. Adults that are into trains will always like trains. So I'll get those listed. So far, our $2.50 bag has yielded $60 in profit, and we are not even remotely through it. So if you like this kind of reseller and toy content, please like and subscribe, throw a comment in, whatever you want to do. It helps me out a lot. And I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.